Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to our March the 20th Board of Education meeting. And at this time, I'd like to call on Ms. Ethel Booth, if she will, to lead us in a Pledge of Allegiance.
Will you stand with me, please? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Tonight, Mr. Terry Draper will give our mission statement.
Beaufort County Schools will provide quality educational programs and services to ensure student academic and vocational success.
Thank you. Next item is public comment, and we do not have anyone signed up, so we're going to move right on to item number 2, which is our agenda. Please look this over, and then I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda as presented. We don't have any changes to it.
Second.
All right, we got a motion, we got a second. From the right here. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Next item is the approval of our board minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I need to recuse myself from the board minutes that was held on the 6th of March.
Okay, that's duly noted. Lisa?
I want to excuse myself for March 6th, too, also. I wasn't here.
A little approval with the no recusals.
Okay.
Second.
All right. We got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of this motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thank you. Okay. Next is our character ed.
Mr. Chairman, it looks
Yes,
like we only have one of them here. Is that correct? What, we only have Jacquarian? Did we? Is she coming, do you think? I don't want us to.
She said this morning that she was going to.
Do you want to go on with just the one that's here, or maybe?
If the parent and the student are okay with waiting a few minutes, we will just skip down, and hopefully the others will be here shortly. How about that?
That's what I was thinking, so we could do it all at one time.
Okay. All right. And our next item, mine just blacked out on me. I'm sorry.
Business Advisory Council.
Business Advisory Council. All right. Ms. Wendy Pettaway. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing us here this evening. As you all know, back in December, I believe you approved for us to work on the Business Advisory Council. And what I bring before you tonight is just a report. In our bylaws that we have asked that a report be given to the Beaufort County School Board every March on what has taken place. What you had in front of you, you have a list of the current members of the Advisory Council along with their terms, and that will be done on a rotating basis. There's 17 members at present, and there's 4 permanent members, which include, and these are done by legislation, the 4 permanent members are the Beaufort Community College President or his designee, the Beaufort County School Superintendent or his designee, the CTE Director, which is myself right now, and then a Beaufort County Schools Principal, which right now is Mr. Michael Swenson from Washington High School. And those will stay on the board at all times, maybe not those people, but those particular positions. Everything else will rotate, and they asked us to start with staggered terms. Our first set of folks will rotate off in January as far as voting members, and then every year until we get to the 4-year terms, we will have about 3 or 4 to rotate off each year. Our current officers right now for the Business Advisory Council is Mr. Al Clem, who is here with us this evening as chair. Sarah Watson is the vice chair. She is the customized training person at Beaufort Community College. And then the CTE director always serves as a non-voting secretary of the group. But Mr. Al really has done a lot to assist me with that, and I surely do appreciate that. The other document that you have are the bylaws as voted on by the Business Advisory Council. They were first implemented in January, but we've revised them a couple of times since then. Just to kind of let you know, The legislation only requires that this council meet twice a year, but we actually meet about 10 times a year. We were doing this as the Beaufort Industry and Innovation Council previously, so we were doing many of the things as Dr. Phipps had explained to you all earlier. So we just use this as our advisory council and meet the legislative requirements. Now, this is an invaluable group to CTE. We have a lot of business participation, and that has been increasing. We are trying to utilize their information to revise our programs and steer our programs and help our students go into the industries that there are good jobs and livable wages in Beaufort County and build our workforce. And that's pretty much all that I have, unless anyone has any questions.
I know I'm going to put him on the spot, but since you got your chairman here, if he's got anything he would like to say, I'm willing to share the mic with Ms. Pettaway at this time.
Well, I don't really need to get up and speak, but having a business advisory council is very important. And the Beaufort County Business and Innovation Council has been very important. We go all the way back to 2006 as a workforce development group, and over the years we have developed a very good relationship with the schools, with the community college, with business, industry, and the government agencies, and we've set up a line of communication that really works very, very well. And I think we made a lot of progress and accomplished a lot over the years, to be perfectly honest. And I'm very proud of our efforts.
I'd like to thank you, Ms. Pettaway, and all the other members for serving on this committee. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good character, Ed. You can, yeah. Karen, I think we're going to go back up to Karen.
I'm fine with whatever.
Yeah, since the next item is closed session and everything. Okay. All right. I'll call on now for public recognition, Ms. Carolyn Walker, and she along with Ms. Ashley Padgett will be doing the recognitions tonight.
We want to go ahead and just do the one that's here first. Yeah.
Thank you, Board. And tonight we will be looking for Character Ed nominees for March, which was Honesty. And we're going to start with the high school. First, we had Early College High School, Arana Grunner, Northside High School, Jakirian Winley, and Southside High School, Shakira Wilkins. And the winner was Jakirian Winley from Northside High School. If you want to come up. Jakirian Winley is 11th grade at Northside High School. His mother, I think, is here, Sheila Bonner. And his teacher, who recommended him, Jennifer Woolard, is here, and his principal, Charles Clark. Okay. Ms. Woolard wrote, I met Jakirian Winley when he was in 9th grade at Northside High School. He would sign up to take my class each semester, therefore I know him very well. Jakirian is a very mature and gentle student. He is always willing to participate and ask questions in class. In addition to always being straightforward towards others, he is not afraid to speak out if others are not appropriate. I remember a time when he was in 9th grade and found $1 on the floor. It was during a class change. The hallway was crowded and busy. While people were moving too fast to stop, he picked it up from the floor and brought it to class. He said that he did not see who dropped it. He chose to turn it in rather than keep it for himself. Another time, while he was in 10th grade, he saw a student drawing on a desk. After class, he reported it so that matter would be addressed. Jakirian is the kind of student that can be called upon to tell the truth in any kind of situation.
Jakirian, on behalf of the Beaufort County Schools Board of Education, we want to give you this certificate, and we want to congratulate you on your award for honesty. It's one of the hardest things and traits to ever possess, and I am so thankful that you are one of the people that possess that. I want to shake your hand, and then I want to ask you to go around and shake the board's hand, and then you come back over here and go to the front suite.
Go right over here. That's okay. You didn't
know.
Great job.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Good job, man.
She says on camera.
Here's your certificate, and not picture. You want to take the picture now, or do you want to wait?
Well, we can take a picture, but then I'd like to read the others just so they'll be on camera. And let's acknowledge the sponsor, too.
Okay, and we'd like to thank Scoops for sponsoring the Character Ed Awards for honesty. So that was great. Nice T-shirts, some goodies in there, it looks like.
That wasn't my dollar, though.
For K-5 for the elementary awards of honesty, the students that were nominated were from Bath Elementary, Garrett Hudson, Chocowinny Middle Elementary, Tanaya Taylor Montague, Chocowinny Primary, Peyton Williams, Eastern Elementary, Maria Wilson, John Cotton Taylor, Mondria Drayton, John Small, Jocelyn Salazar, and Northeast Elementary, Brody Paul. And the winner for honesty came from Chocowinny Middle School. And we have Miss Natalie Leary's teacher here and his assistant principal here. Her assistant principal here, Brianna. All right, thank you guys. Okay, and I'm going to let you take that. I'll read. I proudly nominate Tanaya, I said I was going to do it wrong, Taylor Montague for the character trait of honesty. Honesty means to be of upright character, to be honorable. I tell my students almost daily, our character is what we do when no one is looking. Tanaya, if she was here, I would get it right. Tanaya is always an honorable student in class. She is always well behaved and hardworking, whether I'm watching or not. I can trust her with any task, and she will complete it. If for some reason she cannot complete a task, she will own up to it immediately. She does not try to hide things or be sneaky. She has a very high moral code when it comes to work, her effort, and her interactions with other students. She's a pleasure to have in class every day. And I'm sorry we get to miss her.
Let's give her a hand, though.
Comes in late, we'll certainly.
Yeah. Okay, and then for middle school? From Bath Elementary, Austin Frazier, Chocowinny Middle School, Jacqueline Hernandez, Ed Tech Center, Queen Cornegi, Northeast Elementary, the middle school is Carol Orduno, P.S. Jones, Kevin Moore. And this month for honesty for our middle school is from Ed Tech. And the principal's here, Miss Betty Jean Green, and her teacher, Neil Condest, is here as well. Okay. Honesty is a simple word used to define those who demonstrate the quality of being honest. To be honest is to be free of deceit and untruthfulness. And to be honest, honesty must be a simple word, but be covered by its cloth is not as simple. Our students are constantly engaged and entangled in a vast web of demanding social network. So being free of deceit and untruthfulness is not always at the forefront of their minds. Many students will at times flirt with the idea of participating in risk behaviors, while some students will follow through with that idea. After engaging in a risk behavior, students have a choice. They can either own up to their behaviors or lie. While this may not seem the ideal level of honesty, it is important for the development and reconstruction of one's character. Miss Queen Carnegie recently was placed in a situation described above. As a result, she and her classmates were placed in a position where they spoke with our administrators. Instead of lying, she raised her hand and asked to speak with them privately. During the meeting, she detailed her involvement in the situation, apologized, and accepted the consequences of her actions. While this level of honesty is not glamorous, when this student is judged on the quality of her character, it will be noted that she is learning to be responsible for her actions, which requires complete honesty. Her actions were undoubtedly wrong, but her ability and willingness to be free from deceit and untruth while in the face of consequences commands our appreciation. And I'm sorry that Queen is not here with us today.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to entertain a motion that we go into closed session.
I move that we go into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-318.11A1 to prevent disclosure of confidential personnel files under General Statute 115C-321, and in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege between the attorney and the board, which privilege is hereby acknowledged.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor of this motion, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. And at this time, we had one of our character ed winners to arrive late, and I'm turning the meeting over to Ms. Walker to acknowledge our winner for this month.
Tonight, we gave your certificate and your goodies to your principal and your teacher, so they will give that to you tomorrow. But on behalf of the Beaufort County Schools Board of Education, we want to congratulate you. The award this month is on honesty, and Ms. Paget read this wonderful letter written by your teacher about all the great things that you've done and the honesty that you've shown. And we ask that you continue to use that trait and inspire others to be honest as well. So at this time, if you would go around and greet the board, just shake their hands, start right here.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. Yeah, get some ice cream. There you go.
You can't eat it all, you can invite us.
Tonight, the meeting is online, but we'll make sure that your principal can share so you can hear the wonderful things that were said.
Yes, great job.
That's the thing you're welcome to say, but that is everything that we've been doing. I'm sorry that we don't have your certificate and your goodies here.
Okay, thank you. Take care. Okay, first item of business is to accept the personnel agenda that was presented shortly ago. All right, got a motion? Second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of this motion, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. Next item is the audit contract. Mr. Withermack?
Yes, sir. Audit came back with a $750 increase on the audit itself, so it goes up from $34,250 to $35,000, and the preparing of the financial statements $45,000.
Okay. All right, you've heard the report from Mr. Cowan. Do we have a motion to accept? Approval. All right. Second. I got a motion, got a second. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of this motion, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes, Mr. Carroll.
Thank you, Carol.
Okay. All right, 7.3, field trips. Dr. Phipps.
These are listed there on the screen for you. The first one was Chalkwindy Middle School, a cheerleading competition. We didn't get this, but because it is under the school umbrella and they're going out of state, we wanted you to at least be aware of it. It's a trip to Virginia Beach, April 6th through the 8th. You see the students and chaperones there appropriate there, and they'll be taking a charter bus. And then Bath Elementary, the 20th and 21st of April to Raleigh for the Science Olympiad. Again, chaperones and students are appropriate in an activity bus. And then Bath Elementary and Northeast together on the 11th, they're going to Williamsburg for a regional band competition, and that'll be students and chaperones appropriate taking a charter bus. I'd just like to ask for your approval for all three of those.
Move approval.
All right, got a motion? Second? All right, any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of this motion, say aye. Aye. All opposed? Motion passes. All right. Move down to updates, calendar. Dr. Phipps.
Just want to give you a list of things to make sure that we all have these on the calendar, and you have the printed version as well. The ORED meeting that will be with the commissioners is going to be on Friday at 2 p.m. Again, those of you that have been here for a little while, this is the same group from NC State that did the population study, and the commissioners are just going to do a presentation, and any board member who wants a refresher or who may not be aware of what they are, or that group does, you've been invited to come in here for that meeting at 2 o'clock. And then we have a work session scheduled for April the, let's see if we, am I skipping anything?
On the 28th,
Got the 28th meeting.
March 28th.
Okay. We did a special call board meeting for budget on the 28th, and that's at 5:30. And then we have a work session on April the 9th, moving into the month of April, and we have a board meeting on the 26th. If you remember, we changed those dates because the first week was spring break, so the 9th is actually on a Monday, the 26th is on a Thursday. And I talked with Brian Alligood today, and the joint meeting that we have with our commissioners, generally over a lunch meeting where we present our budget request, he would like to have happen the last full week in April, but they have a potential conflict on the 24th. So I wanted to ask you all, could we do it on April the 23rd, which will be that Monday? That would be the joint meeting with the
That would be a
commissioners.
lunch meeting.
That would be a lunch meeting, present budget, and all of our budget work will be done at that point,
April 23rd.
April 23rd.
And Dr. Phipps, that April the 9th meeting, would that be a conflict to anybody if we could change that?
It'll work for me because I've already had, I won't be here if you have it on the 9th. But I won't just say anything, I'll let it go.
Is that on Monday or Tuesday?
That's a Monday.
It's a Monday.
That's when I'll be on.
Yeah, I won't be here either on the 9th.
Yeah, I'll be at the conference.
But that's
When will
still
you be
pretty
back?
easy to be here.
I'll be back on the 10th.
I'll be on the 10th, 11th, come back on the 12th,
12th is what, Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah, I won't be here, but that's okay. Y'all
You
just
won't be
say-
here, you won't be here on the 12th either?
No, but y'all can go ahead and have your meeting.
But you,
What time will Mark can cover the work session if he needs to? If he wants. I'll be back. I can come back for a board meeting. I'll be back that evening on the 12th. Or we can do it at a different time.
so you can be.
No, I mean, that's, y'all just go ahead and plan. No, I won't be here, but just go ahead and plan.
You're gone.
Is everybody else?
No, I'll be gone a couple of
Is
days.
everybody else all right? If we do it on the 12th, or 5:30?
We're moving the 9th to the 12th.
Doctor, you're not going to be here on the 12th?
I'll be coming back. I'll be in a meeting in Raleigh, but I'll be back.
So will I, actually.
So who's going?
Well, we might need to do the
Let's do
second.
it.
How about if y'all don't make it back?
Yeah.
It's a Friday. It's a Friday. Stepping in.
Pull it back.
All right.
I don't have no money.
So what,
We moved it away from the first week, but we can go back to the first week. I mean,
Oh, it's spring break.
that's
That's
spring break.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd rather do it the 9th if it's raining.
yeah, I won't be here for the spring break.
That's fine, just go ahead and go with it.
So what do we decide, the 12th?
Well,
And meetings.
But they'll be back. Well, he might not be back, but we don't need Mark anyway.
That's right.
He knows I'm playing.
We always need you, Mark.
Always.
so which night, what day are we talking about? The 9th?
If it's a problem, I'll do, if it's a problem, it's okay. I just hate to keep me missing meetings.
Everybody can be here on the 12th, but.
I'm wide open. 9th, 12th, I'm good on both days, so just pick a
Whoa.
day.
But I don't,
That'll be 2 Thursdays that month, which may work okay. We'd have a meeting on the 12th and the 26th, both of them at 5:30.
23rd, didn't you say?
26th.
26th.
Yeah, but didn't you say it's gonna be on the
The 23rd would be the joint meeting with the commissioners.
That's in March. That's
No, that's in April.
No, I'm talking about April. We talking about April.
Yeah, we're talking about April.
Send that back out.
April 26th is the regular monthly meeting.
That's right.
Character ed.
So if we make that change, the work session for April will be on the 12th at 5:30, which is a Thursday. And then we'd have our regular board meeting in April on a Thursday on the 26th at 5:30.
That's the third.
And then the meeting we want to add is, if it's okay with you all, the date, the 23rd, would be a lunch meeting with the county commissioners, our joint meeting to do our budget presentation.
And you said the March 23rd meeting, you're saying,
That's this Friday.
yeah.
March 23rd is the meeting, the ORED group from NC State, the population study.
that's right, yeah.
That the commissioners want to consider, and they just invited any board members who want to learn more about it to
How many
come.
of the commissioners will come to that? Is that the same group that were Terry, myself, and Elton met with earlier?
I'm not sure if it's a whole group
Or
or
they
not.
bring the whole board?
I'm not sure. I don't know.
That's going to be here.
Yeah.
In our
That's
I
on the
think it's,
23rd of
Terry, I
April.
think it's the whole.
March.
I think it is a full board meeting for them.
Right.
Whether they're all here or not, I don't know.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I thought I was still on the 23rd of April. That's the lunch meeting, right?
Yes,
Yeah. The meeting Don's talking about is this week.
that's right, it's
Right, I
Friday.
understand.
Friday, the 23rd of March.
What time's lunch? Noon? 12:30?
Yes, we normally do 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So that'll be on the 23rd.
On April 23rd.
April
But
23rd.
This Friday, it's at 2.
Yes. So let me go through that again.
Yeah, please do.
At least let's send it out. I'm not worried about it.
March 23rd would be the meeting with the commissioners just for ORED. That's not our budget meeting. And some of you have been through that presentation. Moving into April, we'd be meeting on the 12th for our work session, the 26th for our regular board meeting, both of those at 5:30. And we'd be meeting on the 23rd, which is a Monday, at lunch with the commissioners for the joint meeting to do our budget presentation.
Okay. On here, it says March 28th, budget session. Are we not doing that?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I
And I
didn't
skipped that,
hear you
yeah.
say
Yeah, I'm sorry.
At 5:30.
Yes. And then, to make it a little more complicated, if we meet on the 26th, as we've got scheduled, that's on a Thursday, our next scheduled meeting will be the very next week on Tuesday, which will be a work session on the 1st of May. We will have been together at least 4 times in April as we do budget. Are you all okay with us just nixing the work session the 1st of May?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we'll cancel the May 1st meeting, and the only scheduled meeting we would have then would be the 15th, which is smack dab in the middle, which may be a good time to do it. Okay?
Okay. Anything else for calendars? I hope not. I hope not.
We'll send that out, make sure everybody
Okay.
has it in print.
Does anybody have any board member updates at this time?
I'd just like the board to know that I'm leaving on tomorrow morning. If the snow doesn't come,
Don't
going
say
to law conference in Raleigh that looked really informative. So I hope that I'll be able to bring you some information back from that. And the first week in April, I'll be leaving, going to the National Board meeting in San Antonio, Texas. So I'm desiring your prayers as I travel. Thank you.
Got it. You have a safe trip.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. How about superintendent update?
Want to remind everyone again, the STEM Expo that we're going to be a part of will be at Washington Airport on April the 20th, if you'd like to attend that. Also, very proud to announce that we had tremendous news that we received on Friday. Amy Bennett, who's a classroom teacher at Ed Tech, was named the outstanding educator in grades 9 through 16, so it includes higher ed, the outstanding 9 through 16 educator in science, math, and technology education by the North Carolina Science, Mathematics, and Technology Center's Board of Directors. And she'll receive an award and a celebration that they're going to hold for an event in Raleigh on April the 28th, and we'll recognize her after she gets that. There's going to be a TV news station here tomorrow to do a story on her, so we're glad to promote that and have a statewide winner here in Beaufort County.
That's quite an honor.
Yes.
Good. Does anybody else have anything that needs to be brought up at this time?
I'd just like to say, I hope everybody get a chance to ride by the park that they have started. It's really nice, and I'm real proud of it.
And the plays this weekend, that's
What?
the High School Musical at Washington. That's this weekend.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Sunday, that's right, yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Ms. Booth, not Ms. Booth, Ms. Peed.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Okay. All right, got a motion and a second. All in favor? Say aye. Okay.